The gender-neutral version of Sugar Daddy is, I don't know, Glucose Guardian or something. Hey everyone, Kyle here from Cosplays from Trash. And instead of breaking this into two parts, I realized there's just a lot of time on the sewing machine, so this is just a one-part video. For me finishing my Pikachu Jedi, which I still don't have a good name for. You may be thinking, wow Kyle, you look different. No, I'm not a ghost, but I am trying to understand what lighting is, because things confuse me. I'm using a ring light that Stefan got me, one of my patrons. My original goal for the end of this year was, I'm not kidding, get 100 subscribers. I updated that goal to be 6,000, so, you know, analytics say that not everyone watching this is subscribed. It'd be really cool to get to 6,000. The lightsaber was a little more difficult to make, but the Jedi robes, once you that's just kind of fancy sewing and looking at a lot of reference images. So let's go talk about them. Okay, I'm gonna go look at how to make Jedi robes. I need to go just see how you do it, because it just looks like a lot of fabric wrapped around yourself. Robe patterns do exist, and if you have a robe, you could easily just pattern trace that out, or just kind of guesstimate. This was just a t-shirt pattern. To add thickness, I ended up using the comforter underneath. Kind of deciding what the fabric should be, that was probably the longest part of actually sewing, minus the whole sewing machine mishap.
I have gone over all of my yellows, and unfortunately, the only two that I think I could make a robe for, broadcloth, and then this bolt. I think I paid $1 for this bolt. Is this yellow or orange? I can't really tell. Having protonomy is weird, because you never know exactly how right or wrong you are. I have absolutely no idea where I got this. This looks homemade. So for the robes, I didn't want to have both the same color on the inside and outside for design purposes. I just think it would look cool. I don't know if this is a quilt or a comforter or something, but I really like the pattern on the inside and outside. I did that reverse order, but the second one was the inside. Anyway, I don't know which one I'm going to do, and I'm going to channel some of the blue lightning that Pikachu, well, that's more of a Pichu thing, but we're going to channel some of the blue lightning. It sometimes shows up in the anime.
Most people, when they make Jedi robes, I think they look at Obi-Wan's outfit, because point is there's three main parts to it. There is the actual robe part that goes over your shoulder that looks more like the robe. Then there are the side robes. It's typically the same fabric that goes about like this. Then there's also a belt piece. You could technically make this just from a single robe.
Hey there. I feel like this part's really boring to watch. I guess mice can be gay. You know what? We're gonna eyeball this.
But when you self-draft things, it gives you a sense of accomplishment.
Hello, everyone. This is the voice I use when I want to be calm. Sometimes when I want to highlight something that's extremely concerning or wild. Other times I use this voice. I'm incredibly upset. And that's right now, because I've been trying to fix my sewing machine for an hour. I'm very mad right now. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I did not use this toothbrush on my teeth. That's weird. I'm just cleaning this out. I cannot tell what the problem is with my sewing machine. I really wish I knew how to use words.
Gentle reminder to clean your sewing machine. I didn't know you could do that. No one told me. A lot of people told me, and I said, why would I do that?
I really like this base coat for the yellow. I'm not really in love with this yellow. It's the only yellow I really have, because the other ones I guess are kind of more orange. And kind of the muted tone works a little bit. You know, a monkey could do my job, but why would he want to? Ah, screw it, I'm just gonna cut it. I don't want to measure. I mean, I am measuring in spirit. Did I mess this up? I
did shorten the ears a lot. I decided to make the cheeks part of the actual headdress itself. The ears and the tail are organic. They are part of my Jedi body, because that's my, I don't know, alien species of Pikachu, whatever. But this is just kind of the design part. Like, these are actually really easy to make. I thought this was going to be really hard, but it was actually pretty simple.
I am not a huge fan of the other Pikachu costume I did. The ears, this just doesn't look great. I don't love it. And so we're going to dissect this Pikachu costume, rip it open, because I don't care. Now I'm kind of regretting this. We're going to seam rip this, and that's boring. Yeah, so this is the front. And I'm going to make some sort of... So these ears are kind of going to be like Pikachu's ears. So these ears that I dissected, this will be kind of like part of my body. And so I'm going to go get a yellow that's different than this, but still mirrors the ears. So it's going to be like a double homage. I just had a better idea than that, because I don't think I really want to wear face makeup, because I think that would look very kitschy. I was like, I feel like I just shouldn't be bleeding. So what I think I'm going to do, which is the general premise here, is I wanted to make sure that this color and this color did not match, so that it's vaguely implied that one is a clothing and one is more organic. Did I succeed? Wait, you can't answer. Well, I guess you could, but right now you can't because I'm in the past. This was a lot of hand sewing, and I don't know exactly how floppy I want the ears. I'm gonna sew them a little bit more. I think actually I'm gonna decorate the front a little bit. Also, this stuff, I should have used more durable things, but I like the color. I want to give an update, but it looks like it does look better because I finished hand sewing. So because Pikachu's cheeks are circular, cutting out some red circles, and haven't decided exactly. I'm going to do some stylization probably with the stitching, but these will be the end of the pieces. So that's cool. You know, that's really hard to cut up like that. It's kind of hard to see in here, but it's kind of like overlocking, but different. The idea is just to have these as, like, I don't know, stylizations.
And by far the most boring part of the costume is the tail. Instead of just like sewing it into my body, I have a quilting needle goes in there and kind of like held together, and then there's a waistband that goes around, but this is really boring. It wouldn't be that hard to make.
One cool trick that if you ever need to make a belt, I have a kind of belt cover. You just do that, and then you flip it under, and it's hard to do when I already put the belt on, but point is you can just hide the seams pretty easily.
So this is not the stuff that I use for Hercules. This is part of the boat thingy cover, the canvas thingerbird, that was part of the Hanzo costume. It's like a pontoon boat cover thing. This is enough for the. We're gonna cut it.
The backing, which I'm gonna move down a little bit, that is just gonna be a plastic sheet because it holds the weight of the lightsaber pretty easily. To cover the really gross backing of the belt, and yes, I'm extremely congested right now because apparently my body's just trying to kill me. There's just going to be a cover that's going to wrap around it, and then this part's going to go in the back so it looks more uniform. That's it. Okay, we're just going to keep this screwdriver permanently next to my sewing machine because the problem is the tension on my bobbin holder is too loose, but when I tighten it, I can't get the string where it needs to go with. So this is going to make sense if you don't know what sewing machines are. One thing I was kind of worried about was the sagging. I didn't really think about that. And then I just put a piece of plastic underneath it, which actually works really well. This is a great reason to have a bajillion scrap materials, but it's just like a file holder or something. There's a few minor adjustments I want to make. I may have some gloves or wristbands or some things, and I think the back is just a little too long with the robe tails, or whatever you want to say. But overall, this is going to be the finished look. I know that I've stressed practicality a lot, but this door hinge or door lock, it's just cool. And I'm very glad that it stays up on my belt and doesn't... Some of my costumes are not durable. This is pretty good. Sheen. Oh, cute tail. Trying to like show everything at once.
Thank you so much for watching, and anyone that ever comments anything about a suggestion, you may think, wow, I would be offended. No, but I like it. I like the idea of it. I mean, ignore the suggestion or disagree with the suggestion, but I mean, a lot of things that I've done better is because someone would say, hey, why don't you turn down the saturation in your photos? And I was like, stop using words that don't make sense. And then I did, and some of my photos were a lot better after that. Exhibit A. I've probably already showed this photo.
My toes hurt.
I've been looking for my keys for over an hour.
Keep saying my roommate. I've had like 9 roommates. Multiple of them been named DJ, which is weird.
I'm pretty sure my hand's been in my pockets the whole time.
Circles.
Hey everyone, Cosplays. No, that's wrong.
Snip, snip.
Is this a body roll? Give me an O. Oh, that's a Y.